Louis was one of Cyrus' sons. He lived in a time where humans were in a constant fight with the gods because the Hydra stole the fire from them, so they were angry with any supernatural being. Sometimes humans tried to face the Hydra, but their efforts were in vain. Cyrus was one of the most known gods in the reign because of his strength. Since young, he could defeat many evil creatures, but not the Hydra. He taught his children his abilities, but Louis was only attracted to the mysteries of the world. He was the weakest of Cyrus's 12 children. This made his dad think, and he decided to trap him on a cage while he was asleep. He sent various easy to fight evil creatures for him to kill them, which he did. Every time, Cyrus sent harder to kill creatures, and Louis never failed in his fights. However, Louis also had a lot of time for himself. He reflected a lot on his purpose and on the gods and humans' everlasting fighting. He wanted to make a change in the world and stop the fighting, but he felt that he was not capable of achieving that. On the sixth month of the year, Venus, a very good old friend, came to Louis's cage and gave him a letter that she found while exploring the corners of the world, saying that it was for Louis. The letter was long, saying many, many things that no one knew but Louis. It concluded with a command to give back the fire to the humans and stop the fighting between them and the gods. The letter was signed by an unpronounceable name. Louis described that name as a breath. He was shocked. He did not know what to do. There were still a few days left in the cage. His father kept sending creatures. He even sent semi-gods. Louis had more energy than ever. When he got out, he thanked his dad and went on the lookout for the Hydra with 5 friends. When he was in one of the world's coldest beaches, he finally found it. It was an enormous three-headed serpent that came out of the sea. His 5 friends fell on the floor, while Louis was still standing. The Hydra's eyes were locked on Louis's. He threw an arrow in one of the 6 eyes, and the Hydra responded with a fire breath shot, which burned Louis's arm. He had never felt a pain like that, but he stopped feeling it and saw that his arm was instantly cured and that the unpronounceable name was written on it. This gave Louis all the energy that he needed to attack the Hydra. His friends saw that and gained a lot of courage. They cut one of the heads, but then it regenerated with a new pair of heads. They then understood that they needed to cauterize the neck's wounds after cutting the heads. They used the same fire out of their breaths to do it. When there was only one head left, the Hydra grew bigger and somehow stretched out and grabbed Venus. It was trying to distract Louis, but he remained faithful in the name's help, so he jumped and cut the final head. After that, to complete his mission, he went inside the Hydra's corpse and grabbed the fire. He went with the humans and gave it to them, ending a long period of fighting between them and the gods. He was now the master of 2 worlds. His dad could not help feeling proud of his son, who was now stronger than his brothers. Louis's friends were very happy to help him. And yes, Venus and Louis lived happily ever after together. And it is said that, to this day, Louis is still looking for the name that sent him the letter.